Alright. Alright guys, time to start another video. Ugh. Yes. What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to talk about the 5 things I actually don't like about this car. And if you know me, you know I love Subarus, especially this year STI. It's probably one of my favorite cars. But of course, with any car, nothing's perfect. So there's going to be a couple things that I really don't care for, but I'm just nitpicking at this point. I would say the first thing that I don't really care for is the body roll. And when I say that, I mean, it's a very good handling car, but anybody who's owned a Subaru, especially this year wagon, they know that it tends to have more body roll than it should, I feel, at least for a performance-based car anyway. And so if there's something I could change, probably change up that. Maybe I'll buy some parts to help stiffen it up in the future. But yeah, that's my first thing. The second thing I hate would probably be the plastic creaking. And of course, this car is probably about, let's see, it's 2010, so it's obviously 6 years old. And sometimes if I'm not listening to music or anything like that, and I'm just driving and I want to hear the car, you'll hear sometimes the plastic creaking a little bit. And it's not too bad, but it just gets annoying from time to time. But overall, I can ignore it for the package I'm getting, so yeah. So the third thing is gas mileage. And I know I got a Subaru, this is what I was getting into. But I noticed that if my pockets is running a little bit light one week, then you notice it, you start to feel it. And even in intelligent mode, it still eats up gas. And of course, my last car, my Lincoln LS, it was pretty inefficient with gas too, but it had a bigger tank, so it went a longer way. Whereas this one, I had to refill a lot more, so that's something I don't particularly care for either. And the fourth thing is how dirty the roof gets. Now, usually this isn't an issue for most people, but whether you know or not, my dad used to have a Great Dane, and so I had to take him in the hatch sometimes. And basically, when I had him in here, he would shed and a lot of the hairs would get stuck on the roof of the car. And they're very hard to get out. And even now, even though he's gone, there's still a lot of hairs up there that I just haven't been able to clean out. And I've actually tried to use stuff, but just couldn't happen, so I don't know. But yeah, that's number 4. And number 5 is, it's something that's kind of my fault, but kind of not at the same time. And that's the exhaust leak. Now, of course, I have an aftermarket exhaust on. And of course, last year, if you know, went to H2OY, and well, there was a lot of flooding there, a lot of salt on the road. And so I guess when I went to one of the water puddles, of course I couldn't avoid it, but I guess some salt got onto the gasket and basically corroded it. So basically I'm riding around with an exhaust leak right now. And yes, I've actually tried to replace the gasket, but it really didn't help. So yeah. Also, not to mention that the stock downpipe is also kind of corroded itself, so it doesn't go flush with anything, and that kind of sucks. But I have something that's going to be fixing that. It actually should be here tomorrow, and I'll probably mention that in a future video. But yeah, so those are really the 5 things I really don't like about this car. But as I said before, at this point I'm really just nitpicking, and I just love this car so much. I really do. I've owned it for probably maybe 15 months now, and I just can't get enough of it. So yeah, that's my video for today. And of course, you've already seen Jordan's, so I can only imagine what he put on his. But yeah, let me know what you think. If you own this car, let me know how you think, or the things you may not like about the car. And just let me know some of the things that you actually do like, because I wouldn't mind hearing that too. So yeah. And before I leave, I'm gonna go ahead and do a little quick pull for you, because you know I always got to do that. I mean, it's a Subaru. love it so much. And as a little extra, actually, that's also something that I love and hate about my car, boost. It's a blessing and a curse. Just to let you know, blessing and a curse. So, alright guys, that's my video for today. Take care, everybody.